we've let so much, and I don't know if it's capitalism or what we let win in our country. We let those things become more important. Like, we let I use pornography as an example, just how it's killed a lot of the libido in the world.
Yes.
I feel like. And so
it makes salient as opposed to offering depth. See, and Han talks about this in Saving Beauty. He talks about how pornography he talks about how we've trying to make everything smooth. See, if you read the ancients or even Rilke, beauty is almost terrifying because it shocks you.
Yeah.
It wakes you up. It makes you, I didn't realize the world could be like this.
Oh, I remember I saw a hot chick. I couldn't even handle it, dude.
Right,
I freaking had to go, I tried to almost bury myself in the dirt one time because I couldn't handle it the first time I saw a beautiful
It's
girl.
overwhelmingly powerful. And
like 11 inches of dirt out and fucking sat in there. Isn't that crazy though?
But it's something that we've done everything else to. We've tried to what did Rilke say? Beauty is the angel that almost threatens to kill you but doesn't. Right? And then what pornography does, according to Han, is it just makes everything, there's no challenge. And we think that's great because now it's easily accessible. I can have it. But there's no confrontation with mystery. There's no calling to go beyond oneself. There's no calling to challenge one. So everything is now smooth for us. And we've adopted an aesthetic of the smooth and the easy and the comfortable. I think you're right. Pornography is a clear symptom of just how, and then and it's that hyperbolic discounting. We get the momentary thing and we lose the long-term project.
Yeah, the long-term project of relationship, cultivating sexuality between yourself and a partner.
Yes.
It's like, okay, do I want to go out and meet someone and try to fall in love and try to covet them and respect them and create sensuality and make this long diatribe of a relationship that has value to both me and them? Or do I just want to go squeeze one out over here?
Yeah.
And a lot of times you'll just choose that easier one. You'll just buy a new vape or something and choose that easier one instead of go that longer road where there's going to be more value. And it's almost become so prevalent that some people don't even know that there is the longer road anymore.
The fact
that's the scary part to me.
Yeah, we're growing up in a generation who has never been without screens, and where pornography is available all the time, everywhere.
And everything is, if you want to laugh. Now, this is kind of an interesting one, but if you want to laugh, you can go find you a laugh, you can find a laugh pretty quick.
And music
but if you
too.
wanted to be out, like, we had to make each other, like, you had to be the videos you're watching in a way. You had to use your imagination to iterate what had happened before. Like, you felt like a cog in the wheel of entertainment just by being a human being. And some of that has disappeared, conversation is, people are listening to people have conversations. That's how archaic they're becoming. So, that people are listening to podcasts to hear people talk freely.
So by the way, I loved seeing you that animated. That was really powerful. So thank you for sharing that with me. That was
thanks, man.
That was really
I didn't know it was going to be so powerful to me, but I think it does. I think I've fallen victim so much to pornography, especially in my 20s, that like, dude, it just makes me mad. The
time wasted.
Time wasted, and the ability to love wasted, and the ability to learn about love. I didn't have any other choice, but I maybe had a choice, but I wasn't aware.
Yeah, for sure.
But anyway, go on.
Well, I was just going to say that one of the things that I'm trying to do with the podcast and the videos, but I'm also building in-person things, is build a bridge between those, so that when people see these, because I get comments all the time, it's like, I wish I could be part of that those kind of conversation, that kind of dialogos. I use the Greek word.
Yeah.
Right. And then we say, well, you can, and here's a place you can come where you can start to practice it. And either we can do it through a Zoom room, and that still works, by the way, which is really fascinating, because as a scientist, I wonder would it work, but it still does. But we can also do it in person, and trying to build that bridge so people can, once they see, I want to be part of that, I want to participate in that, like you were just talking about with so much life. There's a place they can go where they can. There's a bridge between witnessing and wanting to be in such a conversation and actually practicing and participating in it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, there's 12-step programs for everything, which is great. And, you know, I go to some of the meetings they have like intimacy and love addiction. And some of the names of the groups are a little bit off sometimes, but you can go in there and listen to people talk about their struggles with relationships and sometimes pornography, all different types of stuff. I met a buddy that was a flasher in there. So you get all type, I mean, you know, some of it's kind of cool, kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, not cool, you know, but it is kind of neat, you know, to know a flasher. You never thought you'd know one. You know, and then you know him.
Yeah.
You know, that's great. And so, yeah, I think some of that's just the rooms that are out there that people are sharing like what their life is like and getting better and recovering from those things are pretty fascinating. It's also at a time where it's like, yeah, if you're willing to share what's going on with you, there's a ton of value to that.
Yeah, I mean, as long as it doesn't turn into that thing we were talking about earlier, like the reality shows, where it just becomes something that we commodify in order to put another trophy of narcissism on our wall, right? And see how special I am. I can disclose more than you can, and that's why I really strongly challenge. Don't think that there's one thing you can do that will be a panacea. You need a whole bunch of practices, all doing this checks and balance. You need to do it with a bunch of different people coming from different perspectives, right? And only then do you have the chance that it might not degenerate in that fashion. Yeah, because I do worry that we're getting kind of like therapy porn starting to emerge in our culture, where what I'm going to do is I'm going to just open up and share my feelings.
Right.
And it's like, toward what end? Are you cultivating virtue? Are you overcoming self-deception? Are you helping the other person to grow? Like, no, it's just, I'm going to expose myself. So, and that's, you know, right? And it's like the flasher, right? Yeah. And it's like, I'm going to expose myself. And then what we'll do is, I got to see deeply into somebody, and it was so smooth. It was so easy. It's pornography. It doesn't take any commitment or challenge. I don't have to make myself responsible to that person. They'll just gush, and I'll just drink it in. And I'm worried that that's growing right now.
Wow, that's fascinating, man. Yeah, because I worry about that sometimes, like not only in my own life, but yeah, you see stuff like that. I have some friends that are vloggers, and they vlog every minute of their lives pretty much.
Yeah.
And you can see they start to get like they don't even remember what they're doing anymore. No. They're performing constantly for an audience, and they start doing strange things and almost become trapped in this manic episode, you know?
It's that reciprocal narrowing, and that, right? And they're trying to have something instead of become someone. Like, and the fact that, that's another symptom of the meaning crisis. The fact, as you noted, this kind of stuff is spreading like a disease. Like, right? Yeah.